So, who remembers what went on last time?
Somebody other than me, because I'm me. I remember
Yes.
we got out of Bunny Zone, and we're back in the Tiger Forest, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't remember who we brought with us.
Um,
Io,
you.
Mitsu, that one Kage,
Oh,
old
okay.
grandma.
Oh, we did bring
Um,
Io. Okay.
both your parents.
Brilliant. Shiori doesn't know how to
And
feel
me
about
and
this
Shima.
still.
And you.
Okay. Well, obviously we're here. Okay, so Io, Mitsu, Chinatsu, and Akira.
Mhm.
Okay. And the
Alright.
Kage.
Yes. The party consists. The party currently consists of a good solid 9 people.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
Well,
Epic party!
8 people, well, 7 people, a kitty, and a small.
Is the small Shiori?
Yes.
Well, Shiori still counts as a person,
Okay.
even though she's small.
I figured I would have transcended.
No, if anyone counted as not entirely a person, it would technically be Chinatsu because undead puppet thing.
Ah.
Oh, come on.
The feels.
Yeah. Well, Um, by all technicality, anyway. Um, but that doesn't mean she's any less of who she was before she became what she is now.
This is true. That maybe fewer internal organs.
Yeah, and not so much blood.
Far less blood.
Yes. So
Give blood.
with that, we open up essentially on the party as a group, having reverse summoned to the edge of the tiger portal in the forest, and I'm not entirely sure what sort of group organization that you have, but at least for the purposes of the trip, it's not really important because I'm just going to be moving this one single token to establish that you're all moving at once.
I know what Tsume says when she's done transferring everyone. She's probably gonna sit there and be like, I need a nap.
Right, I remember. So, I think everyone is probably going to be relatively okay with that as far as, taking a nap in the middle of the forest, because they know that this is a forest that Sume is comfortable with and understands, and granted, the Chaka race that were here before are long gone. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
And even if they
you're
weren't,
all
we could
safe
fight
to
them.
rest momentarily to allow Sume to recover and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yay.
totally.
Which is all that's really required because it's mostly just an energy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the next question that comes up is when it comes time to travel, is Mitsu in any way, shape, or form guarded or prevented from doing things due to lack of trust? Because at the very least, the old Kage chick is going to be a little bit weary if that's the case.
Wary
She
of.
basically wants to make sure that this criminal, whether redeemed and turning herself in or not, is not, free to just run off if she choose to.
No, she's absolutely not. And Shiori will make sure that she keeps an eye on Mitsu.
So she's sort of bound in the same sort of manner that you did Midori before, I'm assuming, to prevent hand signs and the like.
I kind of want to. Yeah.
The only person that would really be in the position to perhaps be against that, because Mitsu is she's wanting to follow through with this. It was part of her promise, so she's not going to fight it.
Right.
But
I think Io would have a problem with it.
To a certain extent, Io would, but she's still very much, like, trying to get her bearings back.
Okay.
And not having been in the normal human realm for as long as she has, and been in the other, and yeah, she's very sort of not fully aware of her surroundings just yet, which also means that you're going to need a way to move her as quickly as y'all are moving. So, which is probably going to be Shima, because logic.
I was gonna say.
Right. And she's like, go sit on Shima.
So yeah, Shiori doesn't trust Mitsu, and I know that Kage doesn't trust Mitsu. So yeah, I think Shiori would probably like, yeah, would probably have like made it so she can't like use hand signs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Which I really doubt there's any position you could put somebody's hands in where they can't be, where it won't be some kind of hand sign.
Well, if you... It's a doable thing. They need to have the freedom of movement of their fingers to make proper hand signs, so effectively... And it would be common in this world to have, like, effectively... mitts, so you couldn't push your fingers together in just the right way to make seals.
Yeah.
Or like some sort of finger cuffs to keep her fingers straight or connected in some weird funky way. But it's
Duct tape.
Very doable. The show never really shown that, but to be effective, there'd probably be some form of cuffs to prevent hand signs.
If nothing else, just like medical tape her middle two fingers together. You can't get anything. You can barely function like that. Like, you can still do things, but it's weird.
Anyway, what about Tsume? How is she feeling about Mitsu being tied up the way she is?
Understandably.
No, effective. Okay. So, what sort of, I suppose we'll get to it when we get to it. I was trying to figure out an organization, but we'll figure that out when we get there. With a better placed map. So you begin moving on. There's no real, like, important occurrence. There's nothing really going on that's not typical. And I usually don't say that much is going on, but in theory, you have people moving and things that are general stuff. It's not like you're just traveling through the countryside and there's no one else around, because this world has got more people than that. But anyway, it's no one of, like, suspicious character or anything. And as you begin to make your way, you probably get to roughly here or so. Actually, I came up with the map to make that work. So, actually, here-ish.
Okay.
I sort of decided that on the overworld map, you can travel 20 feet within the normal ruler in a day. Which effectively makes this map very, very small, but I don't care.
It's still like 4 or 5 days across the whole thing, which is, I mean, it's small, but I mean, it's not that small considering we don't travel by vehicle.
Yeah. And you travel by ninja run and ethics and whatnot, which effectively based on that speed, you're probably moving 3 times as fast as any normal person is in general.
Exactly.
But anyway.
So yeah. If we weren't ninjas, this would be pretty huge. Like, it'd be a week and a half to move across from one city to the other.
Yeah.
But we're ninja, so.
And Now, Io is... She's not, like, completely passed out. She is sort of still aware and is looking around as you travel. And then once you stop for the night, since she's just sort of resting on Shima, she doesn't necessarily have to... she basically takes the night to, since nobody's moving, to really sort of gauge and get her bearings and whatnot. And she, anyone who spots and looks at her notices her paying particular attention to the sand wall way down here that's huge that you can see from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
She's just sort of gazing off at the wall because she doesn't really know much about it, nor does she remember seeing it. Granted, she's not been here in years, but replacement of countries or placement of like land masses doesn't necessarily change that much that fast. So, if the wall was natural, she would assume that she would have seen part of it when she was out here, and she never did. So, from that perspective, she's deeming that whatever this wall is not something that was a natural occurrence, and it's got her a little curious. Whether she talks to anybody about that or not is depending on if anyone talks to her, which none of the NPCs in the party are going to. Mitsu's keeping her distance from Io while trying to maintain, that she is still who she was in the past. But she seems very sort of at a loss. She doesn't know how to explain to Io how everything went down, or explain why she's younger than Io is at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So she's trying to formulate all that in her head at the current moment. And Io, in looking at the wall, she sort of pets at Shima, who's she's still resting on or sitting on. And I don't know if Shima's just gonna lay there and be asleep, be a cat and sleep. But
wait, Io's still on Shima, laying down?
Yeah. If when resting for the night, I would say Io probably did get off of Shima, but she probably pet her a little bit. She's been used to riding her around for hours now, so.
Right.
So
I know, because Tsume uses Shima as a pillow.
Generally, yeah. And at that point, Io is going to let her do so, because obviously, this is her tiger. Mm-hmm. Which Io didn't actually meet, because the tiger couldn't go with you in the other, so.
Right.
But, yeah. She seems genuinely, like, curious of the group and of the wall, and she's trying to get her bearings back, and she's still having some issues moving around. She can stand, but she's still sort of slow. And she's not trained as a ninja anyway. She has some ninja abilities, but that's about it. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah. This is just going to be the surrogate night where Io is curious and looking around at everything. Sorry, I'm sort of haphazard in the thing. And Shiori, you said you were keeping an eye on Mitsu, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's not doing anything as suspicious as far as you can tell.
Figured.
She's just sort of watching. she's just sort of watching Io from a distance. And let's see. We also have Chinatsu, who is periodically taking a look at and watching Shiori as she helps to make the camp and other various things, I'm assuming. And then it's actually Akira, after a moment in this particular night, who comes up to Shiori just before everyone lays down and starts with whatever sort of sleeping cycle you want to do to keep watch. You got plenty of people to keep watch, so I'm not going to make it any kind of important of whose watches when. But Akira will approach Shiori and be like, so what's the plan after? I mean, I know we're going to Garokutsu to return the Kage and perhaps put Mitsu behind bars, but what's after that?
I don't know. Honestly, I've been following Tsume, and this is something she wanted to do. I'm honestly not sure.
Right.
I can't honestly say you've done everything completely of your own free will, but you've also done stuff. Been helping them.
I have, yes. And I'd be willing to spend the time for that if needed. But I almost want to be a little closer to home, maybe. Well, my old home.
Like I said, it's not my decision. That would be up to the village.
Right.
Honestly, I'd be surprised if the village even knew what we were out here doing. Point.
Probably not. I mean, I believe you and your other compatriots were wanting to find Tsume initially, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's achieved. Beyond that, I don't know.
Who knows?
Well, if you follow Tsume, I'll stay, depending on what happens in Garokutsu. I'm sure Chinatsu and I would wish to stay nearby. At least we're probably not going to have a proper family at all, but without Mitsu, without the Asagiru, I want to try. And then he just sort of walks back off towards where he's got Chinatsu placed.
Yeah, Shiori doesn't really say anything. She just kind of, yeah, just like sits and like pokes the fire, I guess.
Yeah. And on that awkward little thing, we can move on to the next morning and people beginning travel again. And as you are making your way, it's clear that after a night or two, Io's getting to be a little bit more steady. She sort of uses the times when Tsume is using Shima as a pillow as an excuse to sort of use her legs and walk around. But she wants to be able to keep up with the group and not overexert herself, so when moving happens, she's still riding Shima. But once everybody's stopped, she's sort of making sure she's, by order of Dr. Garakage and or Shiori, she's, keeping movement to herself and not staying still for too terribly long. Anything Tsume wants to do as you're making your way up towards Garokutsu?
Not really.
Okie dokie. Alright. In the last night, I actually, when it's time for sleep and Sume and Shima are getting ready to lay down, she looks at Tsume and it's like, there's not a whole lot different out here than what I remember, besides the wall way over there. Which, now that I think about it, it'd have to be huge for us to see it from way over here. It's in the desert, right?
Yep. And it is huge.
Grief. You know anything about it?
Other than it's magical.
By magical, you mean from chakra?
Yes. I think a Kage down there made it or something. I'm not sure in the details.
I could see that. I mean, I remember from history books, I think, that the village in the sand had a sand acclimated Kage. That would make sense. And she looks to the Garakage and that all the Kage are very powerful, so maybe. Thanks, by the way.
For,
even though I didn't really know I wanted it at the time, for getting me out of there.
You're welcome.
And I know Mitsu's going to have to pay time for her crimes and stuff, but it's not going to be some, like, death penalty thing or anything, right?
She, glances at Mitsu. Shouldn't be?
I mean, I don't know what goes into how she is now, but I hope so. And what do you plan to do?
Guess after this, head back home, so we have some things that we need to do back there.
And Mitsu's going to stay in Garokutsu in the prison cells there, I'm assuming. Should I, or could I stay with her, or should I go with you? I don't know.
Well, it depends if the Kage would have you.
Yeah, maybe. I guess we'll just have to see, huh?
Yes.
Okay, you get some sleep. It's kind of funny that she's lay on your tiger like a pillow. I like that.
Usually, well, it used to be that she used to lay on me a lot, so just payback.
She grew that fast, huh?
Yeah, it's the thing about, magic, ninja pets. They can grow pretty fast.
Yeah. Never really saw any when I was around ninjas way back when. Wow, it seems so weird to think that that was so long ago. It doesn't feel that long ago to me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to let y'all get some sleep. I might get some sleep too.
All right.
Maybe by the time we get to Garokutsu, I can move around on my own and not have to worry about keeping up with you.
Maybe.
Is there anything interesting about Garokutsu I should know? Any other friends of yours that are hiding there?
I know there's a little girl there. We're gonna be taking with us on our way back. I don't think there's anyone else there.
Out of character, purposely not mentioning Marasagi.
Oh, yeah, Bunny. I think that's when Shiori should speak up and be like, there's a giant bunny.
What?
The giant bunny, Marasagi. Tsume totally forgot to mention her.
Well, I didn't forget to mention her. I just didn't want to say anything.
Tsume did.
Oh, Tsume did. Sorry.
Yes. I was saying this would be a great time for Shiori to, speak up.
Oh.
If she was listening in.
I don't think Shiori would mention Marasagi.
Okay.
Because of the thing with Mitsu and everything.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Tsume would remember later.
I just wanted to know if the omission was intentional.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about on her side, but on my side.
Yeah. That's fine. So, the night falls peacefully. I don't know if Akami wants to do anything specific. Probably not.
Nope.
Actually, she doesn't have a whole lot going on anyway, so I don't know what's going to go on with her until she gets back to Dataku.
Not much. She's just gonna sit there and be very grumpy and keep pushing. Can we go back home now?
Yep. Alrighty. So, in the next day, you make your way back to where Garokutsu is, and by night, you're making it up to the city proper, and I'm going to put you on the Garokutsu map and then organize you how we want to be traveling here. Good enough. People keeping pace to make sure that Shima and Io are where we need to be, so they're behind. Tsume in front because Tsume is fastest.
Yeah.
And then both Shiori and the Garakage near Mitsu. I need to roll a thing. Huh. Okay. As you make it to the village proper, Mitsu actually sort of stops, and Shiori, with your sense chakra ability, you see as she stops, you see a flare of, just subtly, flare of chakra that's not her distinguishable purple chakra in and around where the seal was placed or was established. The seal that, keeps her the way she is. And she turns to Tsume and very sort of like urgently gestures for Tsume to come closer, as if she wants to. She's not doing it in any kind of threatening manner. She just seems to want to whisper something to Tsume.
Tsume steps closer.
Does Shiori let her do so?
Cautiously, but yes.
So Tsume is going to be whispered the following sent to you in Skype chat.
Tsume's going to be sitting there looking very, very disappointed. But she's not raising a hand or anything.
So in doing that, Mitsu will gesture almost like she's sort of indicating. She basically is indicating to Tsume to the binds that are keeping her from doing stuff, but in a way that's not directly obvious to Shiori. That actually, let me roll a bluff on her part. Which she cannot do. Hooray. But you have decent charisma. Yay.
Now, what would I roll for Okame to notice?
Sense motive. And, yeah, she rolled crap. Shiori could do sense motive too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you literally beat it without having to roll. And technically, Shiori, if you have your detect emotions going, you get a +2 bonus. Anyway, yeah.
At 22, I guess.
Yeah. So it's flaringly obvious to everybody that Mitsu's like, get rid of these. So what you gonna do, Tsume? Or anybody else now that they know?
Shiori's just going to, like, very pointedly look at Tsume, like, don't you dare.
Tsume's just standing there with, like, a grumpy face.
And Okami?
Okami's gonna just put a hand on Mitsu's shoulder. Just like, not probably a wise idea.
I can't help it. It's not that I want to. I have to. And if you don't want to let me go, or give me the ability to cast jutsus, at the very least back off for a moment so you don't get hurt. Particularly, and she looks to Io, her sister.
Tsume's gonna look at Shima kind of like, you know the motion where you like tilt your head to one side to like motion like go over there?
Yeah.
And stuff, and Shima's gonna like back off like a few steps.
Okay.
Shiori's going to do the opposite and step closer. She's gonna be like, Tsume, what are you doing?
Moving Io out of the way.
Correction, what is she doing?
Mitsu?
Yeah.
Mitsu is looking very, very like she's clearly upset, but she's not in a way of like anger, more like frustration, and she's very much trying to, in vain, get rid of the bindings, because it's hard to get yourself out of those bindings when you're in them.
Mm-hmm.
So she's trying. She's trying to fight them to no avail, and I'm actually going to see if she could do something involving that.
Escape artist is a dex.
I know. I'm just going to see if she actually has it. Yay for being a smart hero and not having any of the fancy combat type things. What's your dex? Okay, your dex is good. So, boop. Hey, okay, that's not enough. It's actually decent, but it's not enough. So she's very aggressively trying to remove those. And if you got, because you probably would at this point, do you have to roll for your ESP type thing to do surface thoughts and
it's passive.
I know it's passive.
It's passive to my to hear things. I'm not. I can't remember where I put that.
Sensory, the ESP one is towards the bottom, I believe. It's a chakra control thing.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's like a rank 8 chakra control.
Oh, right. It's a roll, 1 attack action, and it is DC 25? Yeah, 25.
Yep, and chakra control, so...
Yeah. I think my chakra control is 18 now. Yeah.
Yep. There we go. Okay. So, detect emotions and all that stuff that's going.
Mm-hmm.
Or detect surface thoughts. And, your surface thought, essentially, I'm going to send it to you, is that sent to you in Skype.
Okay. Shiori is going to can I prepare an attack?
You can.
Okay, I'm gonna prepare lightning strike.
Okay.
And Shiori's going to go like she's not going to cast it yet. But like I guess you guys can see the storm, like the storm clouds, like gathering.
Yeah.
And she's just going to go, "What is going on?" And I'm actually gonna roll for it. It's DC 22. Ninjutsu is. Got it.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Your rolls are doing good today.
Yeah, I guess so.
At least for now, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So... The... Shima and Aya moved to, like, over here, I guess. Garokutsu is keeping a watchful eye on Mitsu, but is sort of going in between where Io and Shima are. And then... Actually, no, she's staying, like, right here to keep the more surrounded thing. Akira and Chinatsu sort of look to Shiori to see what she deems, and Shiori, for her part, as is Okami, is sort of encroaching on Mitsu a little bit. Like, not backing away, obviously. Not backing away.
Right.
And what about you, Tsume? Are you just standing there a grump?
Yeah, she's just sitting there thinking, like, what is going on?
Huh. Okay.
To be fair, that's the general consensus. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Problem is, due to logic, Mitsu can't tell you, or she totally would.
Oh, great. Shiori's actually going to turn her attention off of Mitsu and listen for other, like, thoughts. Not the group, but outside of the group.
Oh.
Because if Mitsu's agitated and she can't talk about it, that means it's either what's his name? I want to say Sozin, but I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
You are.
Okay, yeah. So that means automatically her brain goes, "Oh fuck, it's the boss."
Yeah.
And her tiny child mouth does not say fuck. Even though she totally has before.
She has indeed.
We have it on recording.
We do indeed.
If her parents weren't corpses, she'd be so grounded.
I don't think it matters in this universe. Or with this group.
Fair.
Okay. Oof.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Peekaboo.
Okay.
For the audio recording, that was a natural one.
Yeah, really. Alright.
The worst part for you is that the dice love us tonight.
Well, I don't think that's exactly love, but okay. I
don't know, I assume that role is to hide from us, and they did not do that.
No, it's not.
Oh. Is that to restrain the will to murder every one of us on sight? In which case, uh-oh.
Okay,
will save to not destroy the town. Well, I failed. Kaboom.
Is that the distance in which Shima moved to? Did she go further?
Oh, bitch.
How far away do you think Shima would get with that simple little indicator?
With how far she'll get?
Like, how far do you think she would run away just from her simply saying back off? I don't think...
Ah, fuck, I don't have the good one. Ah.
Not very far because, because Tsume uses Shima for fighting and stuff.
Okay. So, we'll stay there. So...
She's gonna explode, isn't she?
Boom.
Boom. Uh-oh.
And then, to answer your previous question, yes, she will.
How'd you do that? Whoa!
For you guys who can't see, Tara just put an animation on top of Mitsu of an
explosion. She legit exploded. Wow.
Yes.
So what is the radius of this explosion?
The radius is 20 feet.
Oh, we're all caught in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thing is Mitsu alive after this?
I think that's the point.
Oh, damn it.
So Mitsu kabooms. Everyone takes 24 damage.
Yeah.
That's a decent 8d6.
Yeah, there's no reflex for half.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we were all on edge the minute she started existing, so...
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Reflex, okay. Go ahead.
22?
12.
Oh no. What
about
Shima?
Tsume. Hold on, I'm doing Okame next.
Okay.
Oh god, Okame's reflex.
Oh god, no.
15. She did better than Tsume. And...
It's her brand.
God of
She can see.
Like, almost God of reflex.
Okay.
What are you doing?
That is Shima.
Shima, why?
And then we need...
I like how our medic is possibly the only one that's out there and like... Well, I don't know about the Kage.
I have the third lowest reflex so far. I don't know what Chinatsu's reflex is. I am assuming it's pretty high, considering dexterity's a requirement of being a medical. Yeah, so I have the third lowest reflex in this group, and I'm the only one that dodged.
Well, no, there was another person that dodged.
Okay, well, Chinatsu dodged. We don't know the DC for this, so if it's 17, most of us are fucked.
I don't know what Chinatsu's is. I don't actually have a sheet for her.
Oh. We can make the assumption that it's at least a, like a, I don't know, 8 or 9, actually, because, I mean, Dex is, she'd probably front-load Dex, wouldn't she?
No. Actually, because of the fact that she is what she is.
Oh, her Dex is probably taking a huge hit.
Because
I thought her Dex would have to rely on the reflexes of the person who's controlling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Also, it doesn't matter because she's human puppet. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
So her reflex falls off of Akira's, which is what I just rolled. I then
so he's got a 10 too.
I then need to roll for
the Kage.
Yeah, okay. Kage.
And what about for Io?
Io was the first one.
Okay. Ouch. What about for Mitsu? Can she dodge roll out of her own explosion?
No, she cannot. So let's see. She's high level, but she's old and wizened, so we'll say boop. Okay.
Yep.
So 3 people make it.
So I take
it's above a 20.
We don't know what the DC is yet, so it could be more, but I'm pretty sure I take a 12 instead of a 20. What was it? 24? Yeah.
Want to roll an action point, Tsume or Shiori?
Why me?
Oh.
What? Really?
Because, yeah.
It's 23. It's got to be 23 or 24, because. Oh God. Yeah, I'll roll an action point.
Okay.
Blap. Is that enough to pass? That puts me at 24. That matches me to Akira. So. I still fail. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Guys.
What?
Shima is hurt badly.
Yeah. There's 24 is like close to half her health, isn't it?
It's more than half her health. She's down to 18. She only has 42 health.
Yeah.
Current HP.
It should be noted. It should be noted from that. Io's not doing so hot either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, kaboom, and when the smoke clears, I love that you guys had such a wonderful reaction to me actually making the explosion.
That was awesome.
I'm going to do it again because it's fun.
That's oddly satisfying, even though someone is literally exploding and on top of us.
I can make other people explode too. Boom.
No. Please, I don't want to explode.
Anyway, so explosion, kaboom. A great deal. Many people take damage, or take the full blunt of the damage. Only 2 succeed in getting away. I.e. the Kage, and technically 3: Okage, Akira, and Chinatsu.
Wait.
The reason, yes, I was getting to that.
Okay.
I'm going to say that Akira rolls an action point. The DC's 25.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I figured it's 25. Okay.
Yep. So kaboom, and 24 damage to everyone, and I'll put Akira's health down to 12. So, with that. Alright. And Shinatsu actually does not take damage. Or she would. She takes the same 11 that Akira does. Duh. Never mind. I keep thinking normal puppet logic, because recently I learned that puppets don't take damage from AoE. Which is interesting. Anyway, so, kaboom, and in a very similar fashion to the little boy from before that had such a, adverse reaction from Sam, the little undead boy. Mitsu is explosion, fire, and then that same sort of charge effect that's visibly apparent to everyone, even those who can't see chakra, puts her back and she falls unconscious.
Ow!
Hmm?
Ow!
Mm-hmm. So what does everyone do at this point, then? Oh, it should be noted that there are guards that are heading their way now at this point, because it's explosion right outside of town.
Yep.
What about Marasagi? Is she coming?
Actually...
No. Probably not.
Marasagi is...
hiding.
You don't see Marasagi.
Probably a good idea.
You don't see Marasagi.
No, nobody's in there. Please ignore the rabbit in the corner. Shiori's going to get back up. She's not hurt too badly. I'm still well over half. It was a huge hit, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been for her. The first thing she's going to do is check on Mitsu.
Mm-hmm. Roll yourself a treat injury or do some sort of medical ninjutsu, whichever one you want to do there.
Well, I want to treat injury to assess her, and then I'm going to roll. Yeah, because I have a better chance at that than 27.
Yeah. Mitsu, for all that you can tell from a physicality standpoint, her breathing is exceedingly slow. Very, very slow, but it's there. And she's unconscious.
Okay. Can I run third rank on her?
Yeah.
Okay. Specialist level 1 or higher heals the target every 5 rounds, and the duration changes to concentration. Level 7 or higher heals every round, duration changes. Medical specialist level 6 or higher may discharge this technique instantly to heal 48 plus 1 per level. Okay, so yeah, she's going to burst heal. Since I am now level 6. Okay. So 48 plus 6 of healing. Well, I have to roll it first at DC 25, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
My treat injury is... Oh, I'm sorry, it's not treat injury, it's ninjutsu, which is 17. Fuck. Action point.
You can action point.
Yeah.
There we go.
That clears.
Alright.
So 48.
Roll your heal.
19.
Nice. Alright.
I just want to stabilize her.
Yeah. Okay. So her breathing picks up. What sort of this cracked regions to her rather gray and palish skin is repaired to at least a little. Roll chakra control.
Okay. 28.
Okay, good. Yep. So you push your chakra into her, and her breathing sort of picks up. It's still not as fast as, a lively person would be, and she's still unconscious, but she appears to be stable. And you never really did any kind of checkup on her body before to, test her vitals, so you don't know if her, body type, this undead immortal thing she's got going on, really affected that aspect of her or not. But you can assume from your own knowledge that she's stable.
Okay. Next she's gonna go over to Tsume. And if the guards come close enough, she's going to point at Mitsu and say, keep her restrained, no sedatives, get her to medical now.
Okay.
At the moment that
if her breathing's already slow, sedatives could kill her. So.
Yeah. If Shiori comes towards Sume's just gonna go point at Io. Just over there.
You sure?
I'm fine.
Okay, she's going to lightning step over to Io and Tsume. Oops, that's the wrong thing.
You mean Shima?
Yeah, Shima and Io. Sorry.
Which Shima is not happy at the moment. I'm assuming.
Shima's not happy.
No, she's
pet.
Yeah. She's hurting.
Hey, it's okay, hon. We'll get you taken care of.
What happened?
Your sister exploded. She's okay. She's okay. I healed her. Sorry. I'm a little. I took most of that directly to my face. She's gonna.
I get it. Yeah.
She's gonna immediately start trying to heal Io. No checkup. Just do the thing.
Burst, heal, perform, roar.
Yeah. Bam and what in the hell? I have to roll a 6 to pass. Yeah, I can't. If I roll a 6, I barely pass. So, fuck it. I've got 20 points. Whatever. No, I don't pass. Okay.
I don't think this is a situation where. Okay, yeah. So you're trying to focus into her, and you're just so frazzled from before that it's just not working on the first try. But you do have other potential tries. It's just your chakra is going to be.
I can use a lesser one. Yeah. Oh, I still burn the chakra when I do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Me down another 7. And then
Little medical whirlwind. Whoosh.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one didn't work. So she's gonna pop. She's gonna pop second rank, which is 3d6 rather than 4d8. But So.
Yeah.
Same roll. 20. That one passes. The DC 9. No, I'm sorry. DC 20. Whoops. 5.
How's Okami looking for health?
She's at 58 out of 82.
21.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And same for Tsume. I'm sorry, same for Shima.
Being only at 8 health.
Yeah. Same lesser. Oh, come on. What are you doing? Yeah, I think she might.
Medical tank. Can we just go?
On a nat 1? I can roll an action point to pass on a nat 1, really?
It is technically a skill check, which skill checks are not things that can be failed unless under particular circumstances.
Oops, I'm sorry. Wrong button. That one. 4 puts me over. Okay.
And then I'm assuming everybody moves on to medical tent, which would then
17. Yeah. She's just trying to get everyone back to their, like, especially the ones that took the most damage and she knows are weaker. She's focusing on them.
And the guards come along and get Mitsu and lead her into the Kage house along with the Kage herself. Oh wait, you said take her to the medical thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be healed.
Okay, so to the medical tent with everyone.
Can we put her in a separate area so she doesn't hurt anyone, just in case if she goes off again?
Yeah.
From like any other patients?
I don't think there's like a restricted. Okay, yeah. Shiori's gonna take a look around and see if she can sense Marasagi. Or I forget Small's name. What is Small?
Maddie.
Maddie. Yeah. See if she can sense either of them.
Not in your immediate vicinity, no.
Okay. Yeah. If she can't sense them, she's just going to move, like follow Mitsu with the
Okay.
go to the tent where she is.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone else goes to the other tent, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yeah, Tsume's gonna be near Shima and Io.
Yep. Okay. Alright. So, with that, it's now, a little deeper into the night. You guys actually did get up here towards the end of the night. So, this is prime moment for Shiori to just be like, pull it all nighter. I may be tired, but I gotta make sure Mitsu's okay, kind of thing.
It would be more. It would be more along the lines of. It'd be more along the lines of just making sure that the doctors know how to handle her, and then she'd go find her friends, and make sure everyone's okay. And then probably she'd spend the rest of the night. Like, she probably wouldn't pull an all-nighter, but she would probably stay near to Mitsu just in case something happened, and she could be there to make sure that nobody got hurt because of it. Because at this point, she's starting to feel, like, super responsible for everything that Mitsu does. Like, I'm the one that didn't tell them to leave her in the fucking, like, in a hole somewhere, so I guess it's my fault she's here.
Alright. So, as you're transitioning from the tent where Mitsu is to the tent with the rest of your friends, you do see... actually, roll for me a, spot.
Roll eyeballs? Hold on.
Eyeballs.
Roll for eyeballs. Oh. I'm actually rolling a d20 for once. That's 5. Wait. 5. 25. What the oh. Hold on.
I think you messed that up.
I did. 14?
There we go.
Sub 10s all the way. We're back.
Okay.
We're back. I don't know who that was at the beginning of this session, but it certainly wasn't me.
Alright, so
the dice have remembered
as you're transitioning from the tent where Mitsu is to the tent where all your friends are, you sort of gaze off to the side and you find that bunny lady is on the roof of the Kage house over there.
Okay.
And she's looking in your direction, but sort of looking to the guards that are meandering about because of insanity. And she's...
Is she still worried about the guards?
Seems to be.
Okay. Shiori, before she gets to the tent, she's going to jump over to the house. Going.
Because you can do that.
Yeah, I can.
Do you have to roll to perform to do any of that?
I think for my highest one I do. But I think the rest are autos.
Okay, fair enough. It's fine.
Just for the scene, can I just do it?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, yeah, it's not that far, so.
Yeah. Miyazaki looks to you and sees the sort of disheveled appearance and slightly crispy hat, perhaps. It's fire.
Oh yeah, no, like her like, I can't remember if we like decided that her like disguising stuff was like, was technique based or if it was physical. Like if she's wearing like colored contacts or whatever. But like all of that's like gone. She's like I guess the blast like knocked out her contacts, which I've seen before.
Wait, does she have her shoes?
Does she have? Yeah, she probably has her shoes.
Okay.
Is everything okay?
We brought some. We brought Mitsu here. She exploded. I don't know.
Okay.
She just exploded.
Were you able to tell if it was her or was it Sozin or?
I think it might have been. I don't know. She seemed really agitated and was trying to get away from us. So I don't think it was something she was doing herself. Then again, I don't know what to believe with her, so.
Right. Well, I know Sozin was what I remember of him. Anyway, as much as I don't want to.
You don't have to. Hey, don't worry about it. It's okay.
He's the one that forced me to stay here so that when he and Mitsu took over the rabbit realm, there was some essence of that world's chakra left, and yet no one. He's very proficient in seals. If it came from Sojin, or at least didn't come from Mitsu, it's likely that it was something to do with the seal that he has on Mitsu. Which, I don't even know if you figured that out, but.
I assumed, we hadn't really gone through all that with her.
Right. She can't tell you. It's part of how the seal works.
I figured that. I kind of can read her mind a little bit. It's not. I don't worry. I don't actively use it on my friends.
That's fine. I don't have anything to hide from you anyway. Not intentionally anyway.
It's okay. I understand. How's Maddie doing?
I saw you guys come in, and Maddie. I was with Maddie at the time, and she wanted to come by and say hi, but I noticed there was more than just the group that left, so I didn't let her, and I'm glad I didn't. And she's went. I don't know how quickly we're going to be able to get out of town and head back to Dataku, but she's still super excited about that.
That's good. How many days were we gone?
5 days, which essentially means that your trek inside of the realm, which seemed to you to be less than a day, was 2 days. How many days you were inside the realm, and it was more than one day, and you didn't feel like you were in there even a day. So.
Right.
But anyway.
Okay.
So.
So yeah, Shiori's gonna look, like glance down at the guards and go, "Are you still worried about them?"
Yes.
I told them if they weren't rabbit people, I was going to make them rabbit people. They better have been nice to you while I was gone.
The ones that saw me were, yeah.
You don't have anything to be afraid of here. You're with us.
Not when you weren't here. I wasn't.
Come on.
Okay.
You can go see Tsume and... I don't know, get some food. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Okay.
I kind of burned a lot of chakra trying to save Mitsu. And Io. Yeah.
I figured. So save.
I don't
what
even
you
know
have
why.
left. And she bends down to get you and like piggyback.
Yeah, she just kind of smiles and then she looks. I don't even know why. I just kind of. I don't want to like her and I don't want to help her and I don't know why I tried to save her first.
But even though you say that, you already cured her after she exploded, right?
Yeah, I just don't know why I didn't go to Tsume first, or Shima, or even Akira.
We'll figure it out. And then, bang. Rish. And so, Marasaki in tow, Shiori returns to the rest of the group.
Yay!
And
I take it like we each are like sitting on cots getting treated.
Yeah, for the most part.
Well, I like to think there it's like Sume is like kind of pushed up to like one end, just like sitting up, and just Shima's just like on the cot, just like laying on her.
Probably.
You don't know how well the cot can handle her weight.
Not really well either. But it's enough to, like, the cot's not collapsing or anything, so. There's probably a very not so subtle creak if Shima was to move. And Shiori comes in with Marasagi, riding Marasagi, with the sloosh of the ears and whatnot. Sume have any response to seeing Marasagi?
Oh, wait, what?
Shiori came with Marasagi.
Oh, just like waving at her, just like hi.
Okay. Io, for her part, is focused in starting to get some rest, and she sort of goes to lay on her side away a little bit, and then she does this sort of jerk double take at seeing 6 foot tall rabbit. Marasaki looks at Io, and Io is just like, okay, rabbit, lay down. She doesn't seem to want to deal with this right now, whatever this is.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone gets some rest and whatnot, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Morning comes. All the doctors and stuff in the medical tent deem that all of you are fine in this particular tent. As the morning comes in, Mitsu is still unconscious.
Right.
She's still just as stable as she was before, but she's completely just out cold. The medical, when Shiori comes to approach and stuff, the medical says they didn't give her anything, but she never responded. She never woke up. But they have her hooked up to show her vitals, which they're a little weary of why her vitals are so low, and yet she seems fine. But they don't question it as much. They also know that she's a criminal via the Kage, and they are very cautious of making sure that she's fine and stable. They're not going to, be aggressive and not do their job just because the person who's hurt is a criminal. But they do seem very wary and anxious of her as Shiori comes back around.
Okay. Everything go alright last night?
She seems fine. She's just not really responding to anything. Do you know precisely what is going on with her, or have any idea at all?
The best I can figure is she's under the effect of some kind of seal. It keeps her from discussing it. She's occasionally under control of someone else, and I don't even know what kind of effects other than that. I'm not particularly an expert in seals, but this is something really bad and very aggressive, and don't know that we can safely remove it.
Right.
At least I know I can't remove it. I've done one lesser one, but that was with some impromptu surgery, and I'd rather not repeat that process when there's a better way to do it.
Let's see. Well, we can send word out to a sealing expert, someone who knows a lot about Funin Jutsu, see if we can get them to come by, but that's going to take time. But she is a criminal, and we can maintain her vitals and make sure she is safe, while at the same time making sure she's not able to go out and do anything. The Garokage said that we were to keep a watchful eye on her, but that she basically went into the mind control thing that you mentioned before. Not everything that she did was of her volition. Okay. You and your team can move on, I suppose, aside from making sure that nothing goes down with her. We can try to send word your way if we learn anything.
Shiori nods and then goes, alright, is there anyone else that needs some attention while you guys are working on this, or?
Not immediate, not as dangerous.
Okay.
It seems from little Miss Maddie running around that you guys were getting ready to head home, huh?
We'd like to, but I don't know that I want to leave her here with you guys. Not that you can't take care of her, I'd just rather her not. I'd rather not, like, instill that kind of chaos on anyone else if I don't have to.
That makes sense.
I just know the minute we step out of town, she's going to pop awake and be back to her old tricks, and I just want to keep an eye on her.
That's understandable. Alright. So you can then move on from that, I assume. You sort of see that as Garakage comes back, she focused on getting some rest out in the medical tents rather than going back to her own bed because hurt-ish, and she's not used to being out in frontal combat anymore. And she finally makes her way back this morning, and you guys noticed that the little guard Benlo, who was keeping her or had cleaned up her office, as it were, is very happy to see her return. And she just sort of moves on into her abode afterwards. Akira and Chinatsu sort of look over Shiori and Marasagi seems very weary of the two of them, but not in an outwardly distrusting way. And Io is slowly recovering and getting back, and then she awakens fully, finally, and sort of, oh, wait, so, points to Marasagi. What's with the rabbit? I feel like I should know you, but I don't. I don't think.
Oh, this is Marasagi. She used to live in the rabbit realm, but now she follows us around because she is now attached to Shiori.
Hey, wait, what? When?
I think it happened. Marasagi sort of looks up to Shiori, who's probably still on her shoulders, and I think it happened the moment you decided to ride me around on my shoulders like that.
But what?
It's fine. We're just picking on you. She ruffles your hair. Actually, no. You still wearing your hat?
No, she doesn't have her hat right now. No.
Okay, so yeah, she ruffles your hair a little bit.
To be honest, she probably left it here before they left.
Probably.
She ruffles your hair a little bit, and then smiles at Tsume.
Also, if she was wearing her straw hat, that thing would have been on fire, right? Like last night when Mitsu blew up. So
yeah,
she wouldn't have it either way.
Top of the head is just like on fire, and she doesn't care.
Yep.
It's just like gotta heal, gotta heal, gotta heal.
So yeah, Io just sort of raises an eyebrow and is like, okay. So, and she sort of sits up slowly and is Mitsu okay?
She's still not awake. I don't know. I think the seal might be affecting her. It could be something Sozum's doing, but I really don't know enough to fix it.
Right.
We're not leaving her here, though, if we go.
Is there a way we could keep in contact if something happened? I wouldn't want to keep you guys from going back home. I know what it's like to be away from home for long periods of time.
Yeah.
I don't even know if my home's still around.
It might have been quite a long time.
Yeah.
You know, it was decades, maybe longer.
I don't guess there's any way to know, is there?
No. I don't know, what year is it?
2017. Wait, no.
She's like asking Mitsu, like, what year is it? So, like that kind of thing of like, when was the last time you remember having a time?
Yeah. That'd be tricky to do with her being unconscious.
No, but it, like not like how long have you been asleep? It's like, what is the last time you remember like knowing what time it was? like if someone wakes up from a 10-year coma and you go, what year is it? And they go, it's 1998. Obviously, you go, okay, well, you've been asleep for a while, so.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'm assuming Shiori is good enough at math to understand the like conversion rate between like bunny time and like outside time. So
yeah, Io has aged a solid like 32 years from the time in which she's was put in a coma. And then most of that, a solid chunk of that, was in the real world. Because Mitsu, this is based on my year time frame. Mitsu's the age difference between Mitsu and Io was originally 4 years. Mitsu was 12, Io was 8.
Mm-hmm.
At the point in which Io fell into, Mitsu pushed Io into the coma by accident, and Mitsu was in a coma, and Io was put into a coma at 8. At the point in which she was put into a coma at 8, Mitsu was 12.
Mm-hmm.
Mitsu ages 12 years normally, as does Io. And then she comes across Sozin at that point, and he pushes her to he does his Sealy thing and experiments and blah blah blah, and she is now essentially permanently 24. That's when she stopped aging. But even then, Sozin did not go into the rabbit realm, and Mitsu starts staying there for at least another 10 years, because Sozin has to be out in this world and meet up and have small Maddie, and Maddie's 8. So the point in which that Mitsu and Io went into the rabbit realm and stayed there was probably only like 10 years ago in normal time. So they've been in that rabbit realm for like a decade in normal time, which translates into a lot longer or a lot less from the rabbit realm perspective. But I think that's got me figured out straight. And then the war that had happened like 20 some odd years ago would have happened at about the time Sozin and Mitsu get the rabbit realm, which is how Mitsu got Shira prior to getting the rabbit realm. I think that's got it straightened out.
Okay.
I have to write all that down later. So, yes. What do you guys want to have happen at this point? There's nothing really stopping you from potentially beginning your trek home other than wanting to make sure that Mitsu is okay. And if you want to stay for the full duration of however long Mitsu's unconscious, that is doable.
Yeah, I think so. And also, I think Shiori would want to, like, look into how to, how do I guess, like, like, remove seals, like, the correct way.
Okay. Well, the Garokage's got a lot of, she's got a lot of, like, books and things that you can look into to try to figure that out. And then, you know, you could sort of study up on that a little bit. What's Okami and Tsume going to be doing in that span of time? Because it's going to be a couple days. And I know at least one character that's going to get antsy after a while. But I don't know about anybody else.
Alright, so it's going to be a couple of days before they leave this town?
Before Mitsu wakes up, and Shiori seems to want to stay until she does wake up. Essentially, you don't know how long Mitsu's going to be out, and it's 2 days later, and she's still out. Three days later, still out. If you think that Tsume or Okami would want to get sort of antsy about that thing, then
Okami is just like, when are we going to leave? We've got our mission done. Can we go home now?
and she'd probably ask Shiori, because Shiori seems to be the one.
Probably.
What? I'm sorry, what was
Which
the
is
question?
fun.
When are we going home? Our mission is done. We found Tsume. We did whatever small mission that she wanted to do. Can we go home now?
And admittedly, this is after a couple of days of Mitsu still being out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can go home. We have
Off
to take
to the
Mitsu
side,
with us. But...
somewhat nearby, but not like too close, and not quietly. Everyone hears a "Yay!" and then out of nowhere, Shiori is tackled by a Maddie.
She smiles
just, like, raises an eyebrow, like, okay.
But
yeah, Shiori smiles and, like, hugs Maddie. It's like, hi.
so we're all going now, right? All of us.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Who was the person who's been that you seem to be unworried about? I don't know anything about them, but I hope they're okay.
I'm sure she'll be okay. Just don't worry about her.
Okay. So we're ready to go, right?
Is Mitsu able to be moved?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah,
she's stable enough. She's just still unconscious, so
Mm-hmm.
it's not like moving her would potentially cause any harm. And the medics know how to move her effectively, so yeah.
Yeah. So it would be, I guess, time to, like, you know, figure out a way to carry her and then move her along.
Figure out a way to carry who?
Carry Mitsu.
Maddie?
No, Mitsu. We're bringing
Oh.
Mitsu.
You cut out that time.
Oh, I said we're bringing Mitsu.
We are?
We have to. I'm not leaving her here to wake up and wreak havoc on a nice town that we stopped in.
Okay.
Well, it depends. Does this Kage want to take credit for capturing Mitsu?
In approaching with that, the Garokage sort of looks Mitsu over and admittedly, no one here really knows as much about her as you seem to.
And what about Io?
Yes. I believe, given enough time, Mitsu will awaken. And we sent word out a couple days ago for someone to come here, um, speaking of seals and things of that nature. So when they arrive, we can look more into this. Perhaps Mitsu will stay unconscious for that whole time. I would think that'd be potentially the best, as it would keep her from potentially wreaking havoc, as you say. But we can be ready, and from what I can tell, her body is stable enough to take sedatives, assuming she's not unconscious. I don't know what sort of effect sedatives would have on her already unconscious form, but if she awakens and starts to try to do things, then we could knock her out again until we get the sealing individual here. Or, alternately, you guys can stay if you want it to be safer. But Mitsu is not going to... You're not going to have the responsibility for her at this point. And I'm not going to take the credit for it either. You were a large, if not all, part of it. But a strong leader of the Azagiru criminal organization traveling around with a bunch of kids, whether they are a target of the Azagiru or not, is not exactly best.
Just don't want anyone in this town getting hurt. Cause enough damage.
I'm aware.
Okay.
And you are a very, very powerful healer. I can see that. But
barely healed 3 people yesterday.
It's not about that. It's not about what you can do and what I see you do. It's what you clearly want to do. You want to help. And that is a very strong mindset in a powerful medic. Some people learn it as an aside thing. Some people learn it as a means to feel like they're powerful when they can't go out and adventure. It's not as common for someone to learn it purely because they want to help. Even I followed through with it because I had a knack for it, and I'm a Jinjuriki to someone who assists in it. And if I didn't take it, then said beast would very much dislike me. But the fact of the matter is, I am a very powerful healer just as you are. I can maintain Mitsu. And if anyone gets hurt, I can fix it. And if push comes to shove, I can call out for help. I'm not afraid to do that like some Kages are.
Hey, look, I know you're trying to get us to do the right thing and you're the adult and all that, but you've never directly encountered Sozin, but I've heard enough to know that that's not something we wanted, it's not something we're looking to do on a Saturday night, Just, if she's here, you guys might be a target. Just careful.
It's clear that you are a target as well. From what I remember hearing, and
I'm okay with me being a target. I don't want anyone else being a target. I don't know. Maybe he won't have a reason to come by if you figure out how to get this seal off of her or something, but I don't know how to do that.
And that's fine. If your party wants to leave, which clearly some of them do.
Yeah.
And Miss Maddie's little Miss Maddie over there has waited long enough for a potential to learn from the individuals here, or from whatever village you take her to.
Mm-hmm.
And Io's recovering effectively, even with everything else. And I truly believe that Mitsu doesn't want to hurt her sister. And if Sozin or someone else comes by to try to retrieve her, or both of them, then that might be just the push she needs to divulge the information that this seal is preventing her from doing. If she can survive an explosion like that centered on her own body, like some shadow clone explosion, then this seal is allowing her to continue. She's dealt with enough emotional pain that physical pain could be a drop in the hat.
Don't know that she would have made it if I hadn't have helped her.
We don't. You're right.
I also... Can I be honest with you? Like, she kind of, like, moves closer, like, away from the other groups. It's like, I still don't really know why I help her. I really don't like her.
And that's all the more reason for you to go out there and figure it out.
Okay.
We'll keep an eye out. And we'll keep... Actually, she sort of looks off to the side and... Hey! Bend low! Claps her hands twice and gets his... And then Benlow comes running out in the wish. Do we still have the transistor radio? It doesn't have that great of distance, but in a pinch, and if you are in a village that... I don't know if the villages in Nipari have these structures, but radio towers and other various long-range communication.
We've seen a tower, haven't we?
You have.
Yeah, but it was
Okay.
like...
It was not near Dataku, it was near Daiju.
Well, right, but it's still in the neighborhood.
It's still on that continent, yes.
We're not walking slower anymore. We're walking way faster than we used to. Shiori Shiori goes, I think I know where one of those is. We be sure to check in.
Exactly. So, Shiori, you can put in your, well, you already have a radio in your thing.
I do, yes. I think that is the, I think that's the controller radio we got from the lightning elemental thing.
Yeah.
No, actually, it might be like a walkie-talkie that we got from the camp there before we fought that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I also have the signal receiver for the core, which is what I actually pulled out of it, so... I don't know if those two things are connected or not.
You have a small, like, walkie-talkie type radio that's for smaller distances.
Right.
But now you have a more wider range one. Something akin to what Brian built way back when.
Hey.
Because there's another town that has a radio that can get to y'all too. It's just Orion instead of you. Anyway. If you want to move on, and your team does, it would be best for you to do so. We can keep in touch, and if anything happens, we'll let you know.
Okay.
And it's clear that you have a means to get to this village relatively quickly, at least compared to others. And she looks to Tsume.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Now, granted, Tsume knows, and she wouldn't even have to roll for this. Tsume knows in context that they're referring to the whole summoning thing. And Tsume knows that if she does reverse summoning while inside another summon realm, she goes to that realm's that she's summoning to's door in the material plane, in the normal plane. But if she reverse summons from the mortal plane, she just jumps into the plane that she summoned to. So you'd essentially, if you did it from outside, you'd summon yourself to the Tiger Realm and then quickly get your way out of the Tiger Realm door to not suffer through the time differentiation from the Tiger Realm. But it is doable. And, of course, the Garokage would assume you knew all that because she also knows summoning. So. But I don't know if Shiori would be able to pick up on all those details. But yeah, you have someone who can get you here relatively quickly compared to others. If something arises, we can let you know.
Okay.
And then at that, she moves on with taking Mitsu back to the Kage house.
Okay.
And,
Alright.
And Maddie is just, and now we leave.
Did you say bye to your grandma?
Is that in character from Tsume?
Yes.
From slightly off, not too terribly far away, I don't think she did. As
go say bye.
Grandma's over there tapping her foot. Hold on. And you guys see from that distance that she hugs her grandmother, and grandmother just sort of plays with her hair a little bit. And then she comes back. There we go. I'm excited to leave, and she goes and grabs onto her pack that she had left beside Shiori when she ran to her grandmother, and pulls it over. Now, I'm not a ninja yet, but I do have some of the stuff. And she rattles her pack, and most of you here hear the distinct sounds of like kunai and possibly shuriken and other various things.
Shiori smiles and goes, "Okay, just promise that you'll be careful and you'll let us show you how to use those properly."
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I don't want to be healing too many injuries.
No, it'll be fine. Now, I might have to. I don't think I can keep up if you guys go to running, but
we can carry you.
Okay. Wait, who carries me? She looks between Marasagi, Tsume, and Shima. No.
Shiori's gonna look between the three of them too.
Tsume gets off of Shima and just like pat her on the back, like, come here.
And Maddie comes to do so. And because little kids can do this very well when they want to. Tsume, you're still close. Roll me a listen.
Listen?
Listen.
For Tsume?
Mm-hmm.
17.
Yep. This is whispered from Maddie to Shima.
Tsume just smiles.
Mm-hmm. And then Maddie equal parts playfully and somewhat anxious, just sort of pats the top of Shima's body in front of her, like, okay, we go.
I guess we're off.
And you guys begin making your trek to, I guess you're going to the docking town to head home?
Yep.
You travel on, and in the night, as you start to make camp for the night, it seems really calm, and Maddie's like clearly not in the most stealthy regard. Granted, you have no reason to be worried at this point currently, but yeah, it's clear from the trek during the day that if you guys were trying to be stealthy, Maddie would not help with that. She is much too excited and is constantly asking questions when you are doing various normal, like, ninja things. You're getting together firewood, you're getting together supplies to make camp, you're anything and everything. She's curious. But yeah, that.
Okay. Would it be possible for Shiori to maybe show her, like, I don't know, like a couple of like really small techniques, like a light or something like that, like something that's basically like cantrip level?
Sure.
Because
you can.
So Maddie's never borrowed chakra from Shiori, and Shiori's slightly curious about how that works.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So now Shiori's not any kind of trainer or anything. Not like a sensei or anything like one. So you could perhaps show her one of the low-level techniques that you know how to do.
Okay.
You got a decent list there that you could do that with.
Yeah, I'm looking. I kind of want to like show her something like really like low-level chakra control. Like I don't know what like technically level she'd be, but I guess like Kinobori or something like that, like something like training level kind of thing, like a water walking kind of spell.
You don't really have a lot of water nearby ish. Well, you kind of I guess that river over there.
I mean like tree climbing is the same thing. I mean like I'm sure we can find I don't know, a wall or something.
Oh yeah. Something sort of simplistic. Let's see. Do you actually have tree climbing on yours?
Yeah. Chakra control rank 1.
Oh yeah, your chakra control's at the bottom.
Yeah.
I need to make a sheet for her now. Like an official sheet. I only have like small little tidbits for things. Yeah, so you're basically sort of showing her, you're basically using a tree and showing her as it starts to get calmer and you're camped for the night, you're basically doing the Kakashi climb up a tree thing.
Uh-huh.
And you don't even have to roll for that, you can just pop off tree climbing like nothing. And Maddie seems very, like, engrossed in what you're doing, and she's so how does that work? I like focus my chakra into my feet and then just run up a tree?
Yeah.
Okay. I suppose I can try. What is the learn DC on that thing? Okay. So she doesn't have a whole lot, especially in that. No. So she charges for the tree with chakra on her, with clear present chakra on her feet, and then kick. Nowhere. Well, though not far, because she didn't get very far. She essentially like drop kicks a tree. I don't think that worked.
It takes practice. You'll get it.
Okay.
This one doesn't use a whole lot of chakra, so if you can practice for a while, and if you need some more, I'll give you some more.
She sort of looks around. It's sort of calm out here, right? There's like no baddies or weird things or...
The less you draw attention to it, the longer it lasts, but yes.
Right. I kind of want to... Do you think she looks at Tsume, who's probably already asleep with Shima. Do you think it'd be okay if I randomly was asleep when we were traveling, and I just sort of mess with this a little bit tonight? I mean, there's going to be somebody to keep watch to make sure I'm okay, I'm sure, but I don't know if they let me stay awake a good chunk of the night unless there was some medical person that's like, she can do it, it's okay. But I want to try. I want to try to get this down.
Okay.
Oh, well, get this up, I guess. Looks up the tree. And then those who wake up for the watches in whatever order it is, because this happened before everybody was fully asleep for the watches to be a thing. Those that are up for the watches see Maddie as she tries to get this down. Come on. There we go. Takes her a little bit. So like most of the night. And then in the morning, everyone wakes up and Maddie is standing on top of a tree. Or on the tree branch up top. And she's on a surprisingly sturdy branch for a light little 8-year-old, and she's, yay, I did it! Finally! and then she's, okay, I sleep now. And goes down the tree to lay down on Shima. Hooray! You taught Maddie tree climbing. Hooray! And that's technically a sort of intuitive training thing that I was using there rather than the true learning thing, but yeah. So yeah, she has tree climbing that she actually knows how to do, so she doesn't actually use somebody else's chakra necessarily.
Unless she doesn't have any of her own.
Yeah. Also, it was chakra control, which is the way that I've structured the bloodline. Chakra control is not something that can be used. Chakra control is not something that she can use the other person's chakra by accident with, because the very nature of how chakra control moves work is knowing where the chakra is coming from and going. So, yeah. You sort of went straight for the type of jutsu that is best for her to use her own chakra to do. So.
Right.
In particular, ninjutsu, would be the hard one to keep her from using somebody else's by accident. So, anyway, there's that. You travel on for another day, close to another day, and at about midday at this point, there's a sort of a static radio thing goes off. And I'm assuming since Shiori is the one with said radio.
Right, yeah.
You take it out and she listens in, and you basically hear It's actually Benlo's voice, oddly enough, which you haven't heard a lot of. And he's, hey, the Kage told me to make sure that you were made aware of when what was her name, Mitsu? Yeah, when Mitsu woke up. And if anything crazy happened. Well, nothing crazy happened, thankfully. She's awake now, finally. The Kage says she's very weak and it's not really doing a whole lot, but she's awake, and she's conscious, and she's talking. I really don't get this, but she said she wanted to apologize for exploding, I guess. And she really hopes that this person who's coming to help us, the sealing individual, gets here soon. Unfortunately, I don't know where this sealing individual is, and the Garokage said that even she doesn't know. She sent one of her little slugs to try to find him, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know anything about them either. They're weird. But just to give you that, want to make sure you're aware. She gave me this radio. I don't know how to talk to people when I'm in front of them in the face. Not do it. Whatever this is.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, thanks for the update. I really hope it goes well for you.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go ahead and go now, I guess. You be careful. You make it home. That's where you're going, yeah? Home?
Yeah.
And take care of little Maddie. I'm sure you will, but take care of her.
Of course.
And then Maddie is... Hey, wait! That sounds like Benlo. Is that Benlo? How's he talking through the... Ooh, radio! And the significance of what is said is irrelevant. It just translates into like anime fast-paced kid talk.
Right.
But yeah, it's clear from this that Benlo has some sort of connection to Maddie too, as far as like he might very well be the one guard that doesn't treat her like a child entirely, gives her a chance. Basically along that lines. It's sort of like the she always sort of gets the vibe of like slightly overprotective older brother from their relationship. Granted, not real brother, but you know. And yeah, that's what that is. And then she hands the radio back to you. And then it is nightfall once again. You're gonna try to show Maddie something else now?
I don't know.
She's wanting it, clearly.
If she wants to, I can maybe teach her. I'm not sure. Hold on. Hold on. Lapid base. Okay. I'm looking through my rank 1s to see what...
Yeah. What wouldn't be absolutely disastrous?
Yeah. Oh, this is rank 2, but, like, could I teach her chakra threads?
Ooh. Interesting.
Endless entertainment for herself.
This is true. Ooh. You could try.
Okay, yeah.
You could try. So what does this look like? I mean, you have a puppet technically.
I have puppet hands. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's make a little slightly RP out of this. This would be
okay.
cute.
Yeah. So Shiori's going to be I guess I assume Maddie's gonna come up to her and be like, I learned something else.
Yeah.
Shiori's gonna go, okay, let's see. I know. And she takes out one of her the hands, and she she just chakra threads and makes it like wave and stuff. She goes,
oh, cool.
Yeah. So you just kind of like use your chakra and kind of like threads for a marionette, and she kind of points out you connect it here, 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 and here, and just going through the where to connect them to get them to do stuff.
Okay. I just had a crazy idea for her. What if she actually took some classes in if she grows up, took some classes in puppetry and stuff, and had that whole shenanigan where she can just tap people's chakra and just have a whole about 4 puppets with doing different kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, she'd never run out of she could use other people's chakra to run more puppets.
Yeah, no, not run more puppets, but have each puppet do a different thing, one fire, one water, one earth,
I see,
one air, that kind of thing.
She's the avatar.
Yeah, in theory.
She's Geppetto the Avatar.
Granted, in my version of this universe, I wasn't really significantly saying that everyone had to focus on an individual element, but...
No, I was just saying that she can use multiple techniques at once with her puppet technique.
Yeah. She could, theoretically. Granted, you can't deliver techniques through a puppet unless you have human puppetry, but still.
Yeah, it's a very specialized...
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So you show off with that.
It's this is the way Shiori learned to control her chakra is by doing puppeteering and stuff. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Because the same way, if you put too much chakra into tree climbing, you're going to break the tree doing it. The same thing probably applies to chakra threads. If you put too much power into them, you're going to damage the puppet.
Right.
Which is why it takes a very special training to be able to do techniques through puppets, because you're probably going to overload them if you do.
All right. So you let go of her puppets and let her try to grab them to do stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So she follows through with how you showed her, focuses a little bit, and then reaches out with her hand. Roll chakra control, Shiori.
Oh, Shiori? Okay.
Unless you want to feel it, remember what happened with Tsume, and say no, and don't resist.
Wait, I wouldn't resist. I wouldn't resist anyway.
You're getting the sense that Tsume described, that, and you sort of see it because you have sense chakra.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to do it. She's going to pull it off, but she's going to use your chakra to do it.
That's fine. Shiori wouldn't resist that.
Okay. So,
So do I still roll, or?
No.
Okay.
If you choose to not resist, you're not going to roll.
No. She's not going to resist.
Right,
this is something she suggested anyway, is that if you need some extra chakra, just use mine.
Yeah. But it's clear from your sense chakra nature that this is not something that Maddie could learn to do on her own. And she's not really learning it, she's just doing it.
Okay, and that's part of what Shiori wanted to, why Shiori wanted to teach her.
Right. You sort of see that since puppetry is something that you know how to do, she, instead of her chakra focusing on making the puppet, the threads, she's just sort of uncannily grabbing yours and focusing yours into what it sort of knows how to do already.
Okay, kind of like copying a muscle memory.
Yeah, bingo, exactly.
That's interesting. Okay.
And you lose whatever small. I think it's like what, one chakra for the low cast threads.
Yeah.
And hand grab, then wave. And then she jumps like yay, and the hand goes up and down. And then she thinks about it for a second, and she's wait. I think I used your chakra to do that, didn't I?
I think so.
Darn.
It's okay.
Okay. And then she sort of lets the threads go and relinquishes the technique. That's I like that. That's neat.
Glad you like it.
So you don't I don't think do you ever use the puppets to fight or anything, or you just...
Oh, I have one, and I just I don't know, I never really intended to learn like the combat side of it. I never really intended to learn combat in general.
Right.
I just I want to help people, not, you know.
Right. Do you think it would be good, something that would be good for me to do? Or do you think I should try to focus on something more like Tsume?
I think you should focus on what you feel is right for you. And that doesn't mean, you know, pick one thing and stay with it forever. I mean, try a bunch of stuff. I mean, I did. Just, you know, if you feel something connects with you, like, really strongly, then go for it. And don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do it, because, I mean, you seem like a pretty smart girl. You can probably do anything.
She sort of looks up, oddly enough, towards the sky, and she's... Maybe I can learn... I remember in class that they talked about how different people had different chakra natures or something. It wasn't saying that you couldn't do anything else. It was more like your body and your chakra was typically focused on a specific like element or something. Is that a thing?
Yeah, mine's lightning. Tsume's is ice, and we have a third teammate. His is fire. But yeah, it just certain things like work better for you.
Okay.
I kind of weirdly understand lightning, even though it's kind of unpredictable, but it fits. Like, it makes sense to me, and it's easy for me to use it.
Right. I remember in class we had a little, some sort of paper, something that was supposed to like gauge what kind of chakra we had, like what sort of element would fit us the best.
Would Shiori have anything like that? Or could she make something like that?
Possible. I don't know the specifics on that.
I don't either. Or could I
look
like...
I know it's not in this book.
Could I use some, like, I don't know, like, could I use some diplomacy fuckery to get, to say, like, maybe a sense chakra?
Chakra induction paper. Apparently, based on the Wikipedia page, it's made via a special type of tree. Okay, Here's what I'm gonna do. Roll for me a D100.
A
And you can call higher or low.
Oof. I hate when you do this to me. Let's go.
You're going. This roll is to see if you have it. You know what it is, and you're going to have the knowledge of how to make it potentially. But this is to see if you have some on you.
Let's call low then. I have my eyes closed. What is it?
Not low.
Oh.
Okay, so here's what it is. You're currently you would technically know how it's made and what it is, but you don't have any on you. You know what she's talking about. That's the significance.
All right.
Because her train of thought seems to be leading to, essentially, as we continue the conversation in character, she says, they had this paper, and they gave it to all the kids to see what it would do, to try to figure out what their sort of nature to their chakra was, and they told us to focus our chakra into the paper, and then the paper would react and tell us what it is.
Right.
And I don't know if I did it or if I, for some reason, used another person's chakra instead of my own. So I don't know if it's accurate or not.
Oh, I see.
But when I did it, the paper split in two. It split in half.
What is the Rorschach test definition of that one?
It's a wind.
Oh, wind. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, I know a few wind techniques."
Okay, that might work. And I do like. I guess it makes sense for me because I like to watch the sky, and I've always wanted to fly. Does that make sense?
It's fun. Did Marasagi jump with you?
She did once or twice. She wanted to make sure I wasn't terrified of heights, and I told her I wasn't. And then she jumped, and I was like, "Whoa!" She could jump really high.
She can. She even taught me how.
It seems so crazy.
What?
Just for anybody to be able to learn how to jump really high like that and not get hurt when they hit the ground. That seems to be an important part too.
That's the fun part.
Okay. Maybe we can focus on wind stuff later on.
Okay. I don't know I don't know very many low-level wind techniques, so.
Right.
I may not be able to show you anything that you can do just yet. But also, right. What I may be able to do is, if we can find the correct, I guess, ingredients for it, I can help you retake the test and see if it was actually your chakra.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Okay. Testament to how this paper is made is essentially it's made just like normal paper is, but it's made from a tree that has been fed chakra.
Oh. Vicious.
So it's basically a chakra-infused tree.
Okay. Can I cheat and just infuse paper with chakra?
I feel like, because it's weird, but I can recall when I was in...
don't say.
I can recall when I was in one of my, I think it was graphic arts, class thing, or something. I can recall at one point we made our own paper.
Okay.
And we did it from like a chemical perspective. We had the pieces, and then we did like we made like a paper from like a chemical reaction, rather than straight up from like chopping down a tree and processing it that way. So perhaps you could sort of rig focusing your chakra into it.
Leverage like a craft pharmaceutical to...
Yeah, you could probably do like find a tree and then fuse your chakra into the tree, and then find some way to, I don't know. It could be done, I would say. Probably from like a craft pharmaceutical, because it is technically chemical. But yeah, that's what I would go with. But you would need a tree, and you're technically not near a forest at the current moment. When you stop in a minute, you will be technically the tiger forest. Which, oddly enough, would make sense to have chakra infused with it, because it's in the middle of it's got a summon realm in the middle of it. Oddly enough.
Oh.
That does kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so, moving on. Next night, you're up here. I'm having to keep track of my calendar because I keep forgetting to do that. Yeah. Because I have significant things that happen relatively soon-ish. Okay. So, you make it to the Tiger Realm Forest again. And is there anything going on with Tsume and your stuff, or are we focusing mostly on adorable moments with Maddie and Shiori?
No.
She's just watching.
Okay.
She watches.
I think
when Tsume's not, or when Shiori's not with Maddie, then she's probably like hanging out with Tsume and being a snug.
Yeah. So at this point, it is a little tricky. I'm going to say it's craft, you could roll craft pharmaceuticals to see if you could jury rig the paper.
Okay.
I will warn you, it is going to be tricky, but it's doable.
13. I think this might be worth an action point.
Yeah.
Oh, 19.
19. Okay. I'll take that. It takes you the better part of the night to try to get it to work, but you get something that would resemble it and would have the same sort of effect.
Okay.
So, yeah. Once you're done with that, you
Shiori's going to make several of them.
Oh, really? Okay.
Just in case.
Okay. I'm guessing you then hand that off to Maddie?
Yes, you hand one to Maddie.
Alrighty. Alright. Oh, wait. Okay. So, boop. Okay. Fair enough.
It grows into a tree. She's a wood ninja.
No.
The rarest of all ninja.
It would be rare, yeah.
She's a shiny.
No.
Well, ice and wood are considered rare, so.
This is true.
So she has a hold of
Isn't
paper.
wood considered a lost art entirely? So.
In the show, it was.
In the show, both wood and ice are lost arts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ice is as well. Okay, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess just because Zabuza, well, not Zabuza so much, but Haku, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assumed it was more common than it is because it's like literally a season 1 like semi-villain, so.
Yeah. when she focuses her chakra into the paper essentially turns into a wet rag.
Yay, water!
Yay! Is anyone here a water ninja?
Nope.
Tsume raises her hands. My ice is base water.
That's not what I meant. So not like Akira or anybody else. Oh, Akira would be a lightning, wouldn't he?
Yep.
Okay. So nobody else is going to be a water ninja in the group, so.
I don't know what Chinatsu would have been.
I would assume Shinatsu would have been fire.
No, wind.
Possibly.
Oh, wait, no.
I remember, I think you said that, you were focusing on in part wind and part lightning, so maybe wind?
Maybe. I didn't think, I guess wind would also work, yes, but water is good. I like water. I have a dumb question. Where are we going?
You're going to the docking town thing, right here.
Right. Lobster Town.
It would make sense that perhaps Tsume would have some degree of, like, understanding of water on some level, because ice.
Right. So.
But either way, you could also teach her how to you could give her books on learning jutsus that are water if you found some.
Yeah.
And other various things like that. And just be glad you don't have Ryan with her.
God. Elements would be all over the place.
Because he could totally show her whatever element is required aside from wood and ice. Because he technically doesn't have... Well, no, he has ice. He has moves that he uses ice, so...
Yeah.
But he didn't pick up anything that was...
Isn't he base fire, though?
Yeah, he is.
Why did you let him go, like, completely off the rails?
Because he told me from the get-go that he was going to go straightforward fire elementalist kaboom.
Okay, you want to know what he can do if he's, like, has a fire base? And he works a little bit to refine it? He can go a scorch release, a boil release, or a lava release.
Yeah. I know.
I'm guessing scorch is fire wind, and then lava is fire earth, and boil is lava water. Or fire water.
Yep. Yeah.
Tequila.
Yeah.
Fire water.
Well, there is another one that uses 3 elements, and that's the dust release.
Yep, I know. I've seen him.
That's just dirt and wind and fire.
Yep. Earth, wind, and fire.
No,
I don't know why dust is...
It's the Motown release, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
For what it's worth, Ryan is probably going to end up being lava. I think I'm going to sort of let it go, end it here.
Okay.
For what it's worth. There is at least one person in this group that, or at least one character that's been established already that has wood release. But I think only Sam knows it.
Wait, what?
It's the snake.
No, not snake.
Oh, not snake.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Someone that's been introduced has wood release.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, that guy.
Wait.
Who are you thinking?
Man?
No, not him.
Wait, hold on.
How about the person that made houses?
Io!
Uh-huh. Not really proficient in it, not when in the real world, but yeah. Anyway. So yes, we will go ahead and end it off here. Let me try to remember how this works to close out stuff. We will then do a sign out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who will do which sign out. This has been Naruto: A New World. Shiori, go.
Join us next time when we go back home, I hope. And nothing terrible happens.
Yep, we'll see.
Fuck you.
Hey, at least this way you'll might have a splurge of training while you're on the boat.
Oh my god, finally.